Everyone, welcome to ECBA 406. This is business policy. For many of you, this is your last course in the BSOM degree program, and for you, congratulations on making it here. I just wanted to provide a little bit of information that hopefully will make the course a little bit easier for you. This is coming straight from our place here in Seattle, Washington. I'm not sure if you all were aware or not, but I live in Seattle. I don't live in Charleston. So welcome from our place in Seattle. I wanted to give you a few tips on keys to this course, and hopefully this will provide some help for you as you begin to navigate through what could be your final course for many of you. One of the keys to this course is a course project, and what you're going to be doing is building a training program for general managers in that company. Now, one of the things I needed to explain about general managers are really people who have broad levels of responsibility across different businesses. Sometimes they're general managers of business units that will focus on everything from manufacturing to marketing to sales to logistics. Sometimes there are general managers of individual units, like general manager of operations or general managers of logistics. But the key thing is here, you're building a program, a training program that will be all-encompassing based upon the experiences and the learnings that you've had over some of your courses. And you'll notice that each one of the sections that we have on that, one deals with economics, one deals with marketing, one deals with finance, one deals with human resources. So what we're doing is giving a broad overview in this training program that you're building for a company that you are selecting. So in lesson one, what you are to do is you are to select that company and then determine whether or not it's a general manager of a particular department or a general manager overall. Now, this course project is a cumulative course project, and by that I mean it's not going to be one big project each week. It's going to be bits and pieces of the project each week, so that by the time you get to lesson 7, I will have looked at, you will have submitted segments of it, but by the time you get to lesson 7, it's going to be one big paper. One of the things I like about this is, typically in the past when you've done course projects, maybe you've just worked on them the entire term and then turned them in at the end and hope and pray that the professor likes them. And so this one gives me the ability to talk to you, and you'll submit sections of it each week, and each section will build so that by the time you get to lesson 7, you're going to have one big paper. And you will have received my feedback, and hopefully you will have taken my feedback, corrected some of the things that I have highlighted for you, and it really behooves you to correct those things, because when you turn in the final product, if you will, in lesson 7, it's weighted at a higher grade. I think it's 10% of your entire grade. So it behooves you to make the corrections that I suggest throughout. So you'll be making a submission on this paper each week as part of the assignment. So whenever you do that, just make sure that you build upon it, so that, again, you have your submission for lesson 1, lesson 2 makes your paper a little larger, lesson 3 makes it larger, and so on and so on and so on until you get to lesson 7. And I'm going to give you feedback every week on the paper. Well, this week in lesson 1, let me back up a second. Under the course home, you'll notice that there's a course project overview. In that section, I've provided you with some additional resources. I've given you another video on course project strategy. I've given you a kind of a sample outline on how to potentially put this thing together. So make sure you take a look at that course project overview under the course home section here on the home page. All right, so let's talk about week 1. Week 1, you have this one discussion board, but when you look at that discussion board, remember there are 2 elements to it. So don't forget the second element. The first element is an introduction, and the second element really asks you a question about a learning organization. So make sure that you do some internet searches on learning organizations. There are a lot of great material out there on learning organizations. So do that to help support your discussion board post. And then assignment 1.1 asks you to select a CEO who you would consider a transformational leader. Now, whenever you answer this question, make sure that you focus on specifics on why that leader is transformational. Just don't say he led this company. You have to make sure that the company is not transformational, but the leader is transformational. So make sure that you distinguish between those two. Now, one of the key things you need to understand in every assignment for my class, I require a cover page, an introduction, body headings, a conclusion, and a reference page if you use external resources. So make sure that you do that. Just don't send me bullet point lists of things. I'm really focused both on content, format, and flow. Assignment 1.2 is your first submission for your course project. So what you will do in this one is you'll identify the company that you're selecting. You'll follow the instructions in that piece of paper that we've given you that clearly articulate what's supposed to be in every section. And then finally, you have a quiz this week. What I would encourage you to do, obviously read the textbook because that's what the quiz comes from. But make sure that you take a look at the lectures. The lectures in this course are pretty extensive. And so if you have a good understanding and a firm understanding of what's included in those lectures, chances are you'll do a pretty good job on the quizzes going forward. So, just wanted to say hey, and wanted to give you a little bit of a tip on how to quickly get started this week. And if you have any questions, my phone number is in the syllabus. You have my email address, so make sure that you give me a call. Thanks. Have a great week.